Hello YouTube, this is Dan at Zombie Nation. Today I am smoking my Cobbit again, but I am smoking Cornell and Deal's Epiphany. Supposedly it's a blend that Einstein used to smoke, so I must be as smart as Einstein. I'm going to tell you a little tale about what happened to me in the military. This was off duty, but it had to do with being on duty. This is the tale of how my cat set me up. I had a certain type of clearance in the military, and in some of the places I worked, if you had certain jobs and you went missing, they would have to shut the base down and look for you. Well, so it happened I had one of these jobs at this time. We also had a very mischievous cat. Loved to cause a ruckus at night. Actually, all times of the day. Didn't matter to her. So, one night, my wife's at work. She gets home, and we decide, hey, the next that evening, we're gonna go eat pizza. So she's just gonna stop by the house. I'm gonna run out, and we're gonna drive over to our favorite place, which was a Muldoon Pizza, and grab something. Sounded like a plan. Went to bed that night. Got up. Well, she got up, went to work. I got up around lunchtime, and I was sick as a dog. Didn't feel good at all. But at that time, I didn't have a cell phone, and you really shouldn't be calling your spouse at work, during work time. So I waited till she got home, about 6 o'clock at night, so it's getting dark in Alaska, or it's been dark for a while, actually. She pulls up in front of the house, puts the car in park, runs into the house, all excited about going out for pizza, and I break the bad news to her. So she sits down on the chair and pines away for a little while. It gets to be nighttime. We go to bed. Well, typically when we went to bed, I would be the last one downstairs. I would check the doors, the lights, make sure everything was okay, and then go upstairs. But on this night, I went to bed early because I wasn't feeling good. About 9:30 rolls around, 10 o'clock, and the police come driving through our neighborhood. And there are certain places you can't park. You can't park right in front of your house. You have designated parking spots for each person, but you couldn't park right in front of your house. Well, in my wife's excitement to get going, she had parked in front of the house. Not only had she parked in front of the house, she left the car running and the door open. So, police see this, and they radio in, find out who the car belongs to, and they find out it was us, find out our address. And they come and knock on the door. Don't hear anything. Knock on the door again, announce themselves as police, don't hear anything. But since there's nothing really bad going on, they're not going to break the door down. So they call back into their headquarters, and their headquarters, the only number they have for me apparently is my work number. So they call up to my work. Just so happens, one of the people working that night was a brand new airman. Didn't quite know our procedures. So the police call, and the phone's ringing. Because it's a secure environment, the phone is in a certain area out of the way. And it's always the new guy that gets to answer the phone. So, new guy went to answer the phone. The guy on the end says, "This is Elmendorf Air Force Base Police. We need to talk to Sergeant Sieblum," which is me. Now, I had that night off, but this kid didn't know that. So he walked out, asked anybody if they knew where Sergeant Sieblum was, and nobody knows. So he gets back on the phone and says, I'm not sure where he is. We don't know where he's at. Instead of saying I'm not working, he told the police they don't know where I'm at. Now remember, if I'm lost or missing, they have to shut the base down and find me. So guess what happens? Yep, they shut down the base. The headquarters calls back to the car outside of my house, says, hey, Sergeant Seablum is lost. We don't know where he's at. We need to start whatever procedures to find him. So the cops this time go up to my door and knock on the door. Nobody answers. Knock on the door again. And well, just kind of a side note, we had a pantry going down to our basement. There were no doors on it, just a bunch of shelves. Had all our vegetables and stuff on there. And remember when I said our cat liked to mess around and cause problems at night? Well, right after the police knocked, the cat decides to jump up on one of the shelves and start knocking cans down. So after the police announce themselves, they hear bam, 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 bam. As in, sounds like somebody's falling downstairs or whatever. So they bust into the door. Their guns are drawn. And they're looking all over the house. They go up to the second floor where I'm at. And that night, me and my wife were sleeping, and our baby daughter was sleeping in between us. She was having dreams or something. And the cops come to the bedroom door, busted open, with guns drawn and a flashlight shining right on us, saying, is Sergeant Seablum here? My daughter got so scared, she jumped out of bed and said, my daddy's going to jail. My daddy's going to jail. Anyway, I go downstairs in my pajamas. We sort all this out, and the cops leave. Bunch of hype over nothing. But that cat, I'll tell you more stories about that cat. She was freaking psycho. We called her Psycho Kitty. Anyhow, that's my little story about how my cat set me up and almost got me arrested. Hope you all have a good day.